What's up, my YouTubers? I know that it's been a minute since I posted any content, but as you know, this place that we call here Earth and Life tends to give us trials, tribulations, and obstacles after another, and they too shall pass. It's a couple of things that I want to talk about right now. What I really want to say is, I feel really sorry for this generation right now, because a lot of us were not raised with love. A lot of us was raised with survival, and it shows. Okay? And with how society is set up right now with this thing that we call gentle parenting, okay? It doesn't give us the freedom that we need to discipline our children. Because let's just be real. When we was growing up, it took a village to raise us, right? Because one, mama, daddy, granny, grandpa, they might have been working double shifts or had 1 to 2 jobs, get off one job, pick you up from school, drop you off at home, tell you don't open up the door, you got Hot Pockets and pizza rolls and noodles in the oven, in the freezer. Put the oven, if you're old enough, on 350, or throw it in the microwave. Don't open up the door, don't answer the phones. Okay, that's fine. Now, with our millennium babies, they are so spoiled. They are spoiled rotten. They feel like everything is supposed to be given to them. They don't feel like they are supposed to work or earn anything. And that's totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Because we had chores. Taking out the trash, cleaning the bathroom. We even got paid for cleaning our rooms. Okay? Washing the dishes, washing the clothes, vacuuming the floor, going outside, raking the leaves, shoveling the snow. We had responsibility. Our kids right now have none of that. But, and it might sound like a contradiction a little bit, we also had the YMCAs, that place we used to go to for after school activities, swimming, volleyball, soccer, the rec centers, the state fairs, the parks that had the swings, the giant slides, the merry-go-round. We had things that kind of, and we had a lot of after school activities, no matter if it was tutoring, cheerleading, football, basketball, soccer. We had things to do. Our children in this right here now generation has absolutely none of that. Now, let's just be real. A lot of our children don't have that love and support that they are supposed to have. Being due to the fact of most of our generation, as far as parents go, party animals, drug addicts, or drunks. Okay. So, the things that they are watching on television, their tablets, the phones, whatever it may be, that's where they're learning from. And let's just keep it as honest as we can around here. Majority of the things that they're watching are promoting pedophilism, molestation, guy on guy, girl on girl, the polygamous lifestyles, you know. So it is very important to monitor the things that our babies are watching. And then it's also important to check out the environment that our children are in, because Susie Q and her dude might be nudists and walk around all day long with no clothes on. So that's enticing the children to feel like it's okay to walk around in the nude all day long. It is a difference in potty training and just everybody being nudists. So to all of the parents that has more than 2 children, it might be 3 boys and 1 girl, or it might be 2 girls and 2 boys. You are supposed to set standards and boundaries. I don't feel like no little girl is supposed to sit on any man's lap. I don't care if it is their father. No little girl is supposed to sit on a man's lap. And this is off of what I've seen happen. Because a little baby could be 6, 7 months, probably 1, and they get excited because they sitting on this man's lap and it's a song playing and they get to dancing and bouncing and the man gets a hard, and that's nasty because how dare you get a hard on for a baby that's dancing and bouncing on your lap? Okay? I've seen it happen. And I'm like, get that baby off you. Yeah. And then let's really get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's say that a single mother or father is in a predicament to where they're about to get evicted from their home, right? And they don't have any financial freedom to help them reverse out of debt, like Beyonce said. Skirt, skirt. Okay. So how do you think that they're maintaining, trying to pay bills, pay rent, buy the necessities that the child or children need, let alone buy household stuff to keep the house sanitized, let alone keep gas in the car or have money to get the car fixed or money to put in somebody else's gas tank so they can maneuver around to handle the things such as the grocery store or doctor's appointments. Now, it's a couple of people that I can't judge because I'm not perfect, baby. But I will tell you this. When a doctor said that I couldn't have no kids, and I've been trying to have a baby since I was 14 years old, okay? Because I never felt loved by my family. Like, I never felt loved. Not for real. But anyway, that's something else. When the doctors told me that I couldn't have no kids, at 24 years old, I was blessed with my oldest. And then I had 3 more beautiful babies after that. So, my Lord, you can't tell me that my Most High and the only begotten Son and the blood and our ancestors of the greater good is not real. You can't tell me that. At the end of the day, I don't care what religion you are in. It could be atheist, it could be Arabic, it could be Islam, it could be what's that word? Hindu, Christianity. It could be an alien for all I know. We all have one Most High, one Son, the blood of the Son, and our ancestors of the greater good that's keeping us going and pushing and striving for better. And what's that saying? If you knew better, you would do better. It's true. Only off the strength of this right here. I had a homegirl and me and her used to fight and argue real heavy and tough. We got into it so bad one day I told this woman, I hope you drop dead. Now, normally when she makes it to her destination, she'll call me to let me know that she okay and she made it there safely. 2 hours went past and I didn't hear nothing. I got to calling her family like, hey, did she make it? Is she okay? They're like, no, she was supposed to be here 2 hours ago. We ain't heard from her. We been calling her. We got this going on and whoop-de-whoop whoop. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to go ahead and do what I do best and call around some more and see what's what. Long story short, I called the hospitals. And this last hospital I called, she was there. So, that tongue, your mouth, it can either bring you greatness or it can bring you self-destruction. Or it can just bring destruction, period. So, you must be very, and when I say you, I'm talking about myself as well. I am not exempt. We must be very mindful and watchful of the things that we allow to slip off of that thing called a mouthpiece of ours, okay? Now, a lot of us don't have the education we need to get that CEO job. A lot of us don't have the financial freedom to start that business or buy that home or publish your books or publish whatever project it is. It could be a clothing line, a shoe line, a nail line, a makeup line. It don't matter what it is. A gaming system, architect. It don't matter what it is. A lot of us do not have the financial freedom to start building generational wealth for the generations to come after us, which means our children, their children, their children's children. Y'all know what I'm saying, okay? And then let's not forget how some of the supernatural that's out here. If I had supernatural abilities, baby, instead of being up in that kitchen whipping up them potions with death rituals and black magic, I'd be like, look, I got $1 billion vision. You got half of the money that I need to get this vision started. Hey, you got the skills I need to get this up and running. Hey, oh, you're awesome at doing that. Come on in. Instead of us coming together and being one, everybody want to be kitchen witches and stuff, causing deaths and stuff, and car accidents and stuff, and messing with people money and stuff, and y'all not even trying to step back and realize, like, dang, 2 days ago when we had this full moon, I was in my kitchen whipping up this potion with this person in my mind, and if what I didn't touch them, it came right back to sender, and look what I done did. I done killed X, Y, and Z. I ain't gonna put no specific on it, but I done did X, Y, and Z, and the backlash of it with my silly self is me losing all my family members. Like, it's not cool. It's not cool at all. I wouldn't even want to do half of the stuff that anybody else is doing, because if you know, you know. You know. Everybody is so quick to judge a book by its cover. And I heard it through the grapevine. Listening to everybody half a truths. Listening to everybody's stories that might be lies. Might be the truth. Don't nobody know, because y'all only hearing it from one person. Y'all not going to the person that's being talked about and asking them like, well, yo, I heard that you did this. Did you do this? And it's up to that person to be like, yeah, I did it. No, I ain't do that. Or if you're feeling bossy enough, you could just go ahead and put everybody in the room together and be like, well, such and such over here said that you did this and this and this. Is that true? I need for our generation right now to learn how to communicate, learn how to listen, quit being so eager to judge, because I'm quite sure that granny and grandpa and great granny and great grandpa always taught you that when you pointing a finger at somebody, it's always 3 more pointing right back at you. Facts. I don't want to be one of the ones that's causing more damage to what's already on this earth. We didn't already went through the Holocaust, World War I, World War II. World War III has already started, and y'all don't even see it. Y'all might be like, how did World War III start? World War III is the spiritual war that we're in right now. So, a lot of us are dealing with things that we are trying to heal from. A lot of us are dealing with things that our families brushed off and pushed to the side and act like it don't exist. Baby, these demons out here is real. And if you're spiritually inclined, I wish I was. I wish I could see the things that everybody else see. Sometimes I wish I can hear the things that everybody else hear, because it is some gifted people out here that can hear. It is some gifted people out here that can see. It is. Why y'all be out here talking about some, yeah, you're not supposed to be listening to the mediums that's demonized. Okay. That it might be true. But what do you think was happening in our good King James version of the Bible? It is real prophets out here. It is real interpreters out here. Speaking in tongue is not for the weak. Speaking in tongue is not playing no games. Because, baby, once you get to speaking in that tongue, please believe that it's 2, 3, 4, 5 people behind you interpreting what you're saying. So stop thinking that everybody is crazy. Stop trying to write us off and push us off into the mental institutions because you in your kitchen being a kitchen witch or a kitchen warlock. Don't do that. Because you ain't doing nothing but blasphemy. You ain't doing nothing but blasphemy. Okay? You ain't doing nothing but cursing your bloodline. Which means that you're cursing your children and their children and their children to freaking come. And we done had enough of that. We living in our last days. We are living in our last days, if y'all care to know it or not. The only thing that I want us to do as a nation is break the generational curses. Break the hexes that these witches and sorcerers them put on us. The only thing that I want us to do as a nation is to go ahead and make sure that we are leaving behind legacies and generational wealth. We don't want our kids living in poverty. We don't want our kids to get it out the mud. We don't want our kids to have to sleep in their cars with their children. We don't want our children to feel like us as parents don't care. Because it's a lot of us right now to this day, at this age right now, that needs help mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially, okay? I don't want my children to ever feel like if they 32 years old and need to come back home to mama or come back home to daddy, I don't want them to feel like they're not welcome. Because baby, come on, I know it's hard out here. I know that if you ain't got no credit, you can't go get you no car. I know that if you ain't got no credit, you can't go buy you and your kids no house. I know. Because I am one of the ones that need help. Not spiritually, because baby, I'm a prayer warrior. I got 4 kids. And I prayed for my babies. But as far as my financial freedom goes, I need help. And no, I'm not lazy. I don't have a problem with getting up, going to somebody's business establishment and working a 9 to 5. I don't have a problem with that. Although I would rather be my own boss. But I don't have a problem with going to Wendy's, Taco Bell, Foreman Meals. My bad. Sorry, y'all. No disrespect, but y'all customers rude. I don't have a problem with working with y'all to make sure I get to where I need to be. Not just for me, but for the sake of my children. Everybody think that they're so much better than the next person. We all fall short on paying the bill. We all fall short on not having enough gas for our cars. Well, shoot, we all probably don't fell short on not being able to have no food for our babies. So I would never look down on nobody else. I mean, I'll probably talk about you. I talk about myself. So what makes you think that any of y'all is exempt? If I could talk about myself and go in on my flaws, what makes you think I ain't gonna go in on yours? And I think that's where the problem comes in at, because everybody don't know how to take self-accountability. Everybody don't know how to be like, damn, I messed up. Now I gotta fix it. Everybody don't know how to do that. But one thing's for certain is, I, Brittany Nashay Robinson, I'm going to always stand in my truth, even if it hurts. I'm going to always be able to have self-accountability. And at the end of the day, no matter how many times y'all lie on me, hurt me, use me, I am always going to be loving, caring, kind, compassionate, and giving. I'm not going to block my blessings because you want to be selfish. Selfish ain't going to get you nowhere, baby. Not having an active prayer life ain't going to get you nowhere, baby. Being deceitful and deceiving, lying and manipulating, and trying to turn everybody against somebody because you don't know how to say, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I forgive you. Will you forgive me? Praying and repentance is a must. It's a must. And an active prayer life, oh baby, that's an even bigger flex. Okay? It's so many testimonies that I can give y'all. Like, I got a neighbor around the corner that just blessed me with $15. I didn't ask for it. They just gave it to me. And I really needed that. So don't tell me that our Most High ain't real. Don't tell me that the sun ain't real. Don't tell me that our ancestors of the greater good is not real. Dismiss yourself from up out of my energy if you feel like that. I know what I do. And I always ask and say when I'm praying, please don't let my sins and the sins of all of the generations before me touch my kids, because they ain't got nothing to do with this. And quiet as it's kept, a couple of my sins did touch my kids. But oh baby, that spirit team of the greater good, along with the Son and along with the Most High, that surrounds and covers us by the blood, had them babies covered. It was nothing that the enemy could do. But I just want to say this before I end this, because I never made it this far. You know, y'all always get 1-2 minute videos. Do unto others what you would like done to you. So, if you don't want nobody in the kitchen, if you don't want nobody in the kitchen mixing up ill potions with ill emotions and all of that other good stuff, don't do it to nobody else. Don't expect for nobody to feel sorry for you if you don't feel sorry for yourself or the things that you did to hurt others in the past. I don't care if it's the past life. It could have been 500 years ago. You could have been here 500 years ago and was reborn again. And if you ain't learned your lesson from your past life, you gonna keep going through the same karmic cycle. What they say? If you knew better, you would do better. And what Kendrick Lamar say? We gonna be alright. Okay? Just pray. Show love. Show gratitude. Show mercy. Because, baby, our Most High and the only begotten Son and our ancestors of the greater good don't have to show y'all mercy, grace, or favor. Especially if you ain't trying to change. Don't be like everybody else. Make a change in the world. Leave a legacy. Leave some projects for your kids to do in the future for you. For them. For their children. And for their children's children. You know? Don't just be sitting up scrying in the ball trying to see into somebody else's life. Don't be sending magic to mess with their financial freedom. Don't be sending magic to mess with the mental confliction. Don't be sending magic to harm others. Peace, y'all. I love you guys. But please feel free to go ahead and drop your comments beneath this video. And when I have the time to come back and reply, I will. But until then, everybody please stay prayed up, do good unto others, and reap what you sow. Like, reap what you sow. If I gotta reap what I sow, you gotta reap what you sow too, honey. Sugar plum smooches.